Hey guys, Keon here from the Rocket Hideout, coming at you with another top 10 Pokemon video. This time I'm going to be doing my top 10 Pokemon for the normal typing, so let's just jump into it. Number 10. As I was thinking about what Pokemon to add to the list, it just hit me. For the number 10 spot, I'm going to just add Ditto to the list. I was going to add Ditto earlier in the list, but I think having it for the number 10 spot is fine. Ditto is awesome in every way. It's cute, adorable, and a really good battler since it can transform into any other Pokemon. I love the fact that it can transform into any Pokemon that you want when you send it out into the battlefield. It's also very aesthetic as hell, since I remember a couple trainers in the anime having one. And when I think of Ditto, I think of the first Pokemon anime or even Pokemon Stadium, including Red, Blue, and Yellow. Not only is it aesthetic, but I also love the subtle design that it has. It's just a blob. It's just perfect for my team or collection. Ditto is also really good in battle with its imposter ability, having it transform as it comes out into battle instead of taking a turn to transform, which also makes it like fucking awesome. I really love this Pokemon and I'm glad I put it in, at the last minute really. Number 9. Next on the list would definitely have to be Beware. You know what they say, beware the beware. But I really love this normal and fighting type. I used to hate it before because it evolved from Stuffle and I hated its concept, but after a while the design started to grow on me until it became one of my favorite Pokemons. I used to train against Bewares a lot back in Sun and Moon, and I invested 600 hours just grinding and beating Bewares every day, training to level up my Pokemon to level 100. But I really love how strong it is on top of the fact that it's decently strong. I'm not sure if it's good and competitive, but I feel like it has some potential to shine in a battle. It's strong and really fast. Don't believe me? Go rewatch Sun and Moon. Jesse and James are always getting their cheeks saved by Beware when they're about to blast off. Also, in the Sun and Moon anime, Beware was more of a gag character along with the Rocket Trio that we, so love and adore, making this Pokemon have some value instead of being forgotten in the last generation. It's iconic, its color palette is nice to look at, and it gives some good laughs in the anime. I'm happy to add Beware to the list, and I hope you guys like the pick too. Number 8. Number 8 doesn't stand out that much off of every normal Pokemon in the Pokedex, but Yursing is one of my favorite Pokemons back in Generation 2. I remember in Gold and Silver I used to have one, and same thing with Emerald after I beat the game, and in XD Guild Darkness and in Pokemon Coliseum as well. It's one of the Pokemons I can't live without, even though its stats are lackluster and it's not that good at battling. I love the overall aesthetic of this Pokemon since it is a bear. I like it because it's nostalgic for me through the years of playing the games and also watching the anime, making it super aesthetic. I love bears, but it's not my most favorite animal in the world, but it's up there, and that's why I have a fondness for this Pokemon. Not only that, but Teddiursa is super cute, and I love how mean and nasty it gets when it evolves. The shiny color is pretty gross, and I'll probably never get a shiny Yursing in my entire life, but I think I'll stay with the normal colors, and that's why this Pokemon is number 8 on this list. Number 7. For this spot, I'm bringing you Dunsparce. I'm not adding him because a lot of other people like it, but I'm adding it onto the list because it is really one of the few normal types that me and my brother can actually agree on, and it's one of the coolest normal types out there. The first time I ever saw Dunsparce was in Coliseum when you had to go through the tunnel in order to head to the Under in its Coliseum. One of the goons midway on the path had a shot of Dunsparce, and it's just really a nostalgic memory that I have. Even though it's really weak and not very good at battling, I still love the way it's designed since it looks a mix of a baby dragon and a snake. I love its little wings on its back and its eyes that appears to look closed. Me and my brother love this Pokemon, and that's why I added it onto this list. Number 6. For number 6, I would have to say Vigoroth. I like the slacking line, but Vigoroth is one of those Pokemons that you'll like instantly. First, it's a huge sloth that you can battle with, and second, I love how energetic and aggressive this Pokemon can get since it's bouncing up and downs with a lot of fucking energy that it can store in its body. Ever since I fought Norman back in Gen 3 and saw that I can get a Vigoroth from a Slakoth, it made me really hyped in order to find one and train one up. Sometimes I contemplate whether or not I should evolve Vigoroth into its slacking, but I always hesitate because I'm content with the mon the way it is. Other than that, it's okay at battling, nothing too crazy, and easy to handle. I just wish it was a lot stronger for mid-stage evolution instead of having to evolve it into a third stage evolution, and other than that, I think it's okay. Number 5. For number 5 is the most iconic Pokemon right next to Pikachu and Charizard, and that would have to be Snorlax. Every great trainer in the Mons uses Pokemon, both in the anime and in competitive play. It's a staple, I'd say, of VGC since the Gen 1 days, and it's also a staple for great trainers as well. As for the anime and the games, you see Snorlax always blocking a path, sleeping away until you wake it up with the flute. Also, we can't forget that great trainers like Red and Ash also caught a Snorlax too. Even though Ash's Snorlax is kinda domer, I still think it's okay because it takes decent skill to catch one without getting demolished and your ass pounded in. I love Snorlax myself, and my only grief with this Pokemon is that I don't use it enough. It's super good, awesome to have in a battle, and it shows off your skill as a trainer. I love Snorlax as much as the other Pokemons on this list. Number 4. Next Pokemon I don't think needs an introduction, but next up on the list is Eevee. I love this Pokemon just like everybody else, but the reason why I added it onto the list is because it was my starter Pokemon. I started off with Pokemon Coliseum, so I started off with an Umbreon and Nesbitt. So technically they're my starters, but they did evolve from Eevee. I think the reason why everybody loves this Pokemon, myself included, is that it can evolve into one of many different evolutions, which is freaking awesome. It's not only cute, but you can also have it as a starter in the Let's Go games, and you can find them in almost every single game, which is nice to know, just in case you want to have an Eevee on your team, whether it's to evolve into another form, or just to keep it in space form. Eevee, I think, is an battler since it can use an EVZ crystal, and also now with the G-Max gimmick that allows you to Gigantamax Eevee, which is an exclusive if you have the Let's Go games and then get Sword and Shield. Other than that, I always train up an Eevee. It has many different evolutions, which is sick, and I keep close to me, right, to my heart, because I invested so many hours in it. And that's why I put Eevee on the list. It has a special place in my box, right, and in my heart. Number 3. So, as we roll into the number 3 spot, we're met by my third most favorite normal type ever, and that's Exploud. Exploud to me is not only a meme because it looks funny, but it's also because it's actually a really cool Pokemon. The first time I saw Exploud, I was rushing out to find a Wishburn just so I can get an Exploud. It's okay at battling, not the best Pokemon in the world, but it's decent. The reason why this Pokemon became my favorite was because it was my brother's favorite, and ever since then, I started getting one and training one up. When they showed a DJ with Loudred in the Detective Pikachu movie, I got super excited because at least they were showing the Wishmer line some love, you know, and I don't see that often. I love the design and the colors and the overall appearance and the aesthetic of this Pokemon, and that's why I made it onto the list. Number 2. My number 2 favorite Pokemon of all time is Delcadia. I use this Pokemon 24/7 since the Coliseum days on the GameCube. If I get a chance to catch a Skitty, it's sticking with me, and it's finna be on the team until I evolve it into a Delcatty. Not only is it nostalgic, but I love its okay bulk and its access to Fake Out. I love to use Fake Out users like Incin and Ludicolo, and Delcatty is actually one of them as well. I love running an extra tanky set to give me longevity in battles, and that's why it's one of my favorites. Not only that, but I think having a huge ass cat is aesthetic as hell. I'm a dog person, but I wouldn't mind having a huge cat that I can battle with. I've had amazing memories of Delcatty over the years, and I can't express how much I love it and how much I want to add one to my boxes and parties when I get a chance to, and that's why it's on this list. Number 1. Now you know with the name of the Rocket Hideout that this Pokemon will be number 1, but it's none other than Persian. I love this feisty cat Pokemon. Every playthrough that I've done through Kanto, I worked my way into getting the best Meowth I could possibly get. Not the worst, but the best. I love it due to the Team Rocket aesthetic, and I would have to say would be the best Pokemon to be represented on the channel since the Pokemon part of my channel is called the Rocket Hideout. I love to explore and experiment with this Pokemon because it can learn a large number of moves like Thunderbolt and Bubble Beam. And it's honestly, you know, it's pretty fucking awesome and dope. It appeared in the anime a lot of times, and I think it's iconic for the main Team Rocket Force as their mascot, if they had one. And since Jesse and James wanted to be like the boss, they had a talking Meowth, which was a failed experiment, but that's for another video though. Not only that, but I do gotta mention that Big Boss Giovanni also has a Persian. Everyone and their moms in the Rocket Hideout know that too, so of course it's also going to be number 1 on the list. Overall, it's my favorite Pokemon, and it's the go-to normal type that I will bring to a Pokemon battle or anywhere really. And that's it. That's my top 10 Pokemon for the normal typing. And if you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up and turn the bell icon for more videos that I post. And if you agree with this video or disagree or have any opinions, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what video I should do next. This is Keon of the Rocket Hideout signing out.